So here's the race. December 18th, 2015. Will I move into my house before that date?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you'll be in May for sure. That's my current guess for when you're moved in and have your furniture in and you're doing shows from there and all. You're a month out. You got to be
You're so optimistic.
at least a month. Like you're a month to 45 days. Got to be because
It just feels like forever. We fired another contractor.
what was his profession?
He was a finish carpenter or a trim carpenter. There's something.
Now,
it's
is this the
called.
guy that kept talking up like he's going to tear through material and be way ahead of the curve?
Yes, yeah, that was him.
What did he do? All right, so what did he do wrong?
The trouble is he was installing. He was just working on doors, and you could say that the doors were they were regular bedroom and closet doors, and they were sort of the test for whether we put them on the master bedroom doors. Now the master bedroom doors are heavy. They're 8 feet tall. They require special locks. They're like French doors that like meet together, and there's 4 of them, so 2 pairs. And they were expensive. They're like $600 a door or something like that. And there's a 2-week lead time. So if you mess up that door, there's like a lot of time and money involved. So he was doing like closet doors where if you mess it up, it's like $100, try again. Mm-hmm. And they weren't coming out right. Like there'd be a 1/2-inch gap between the door and the jamb. And well, I don't mind a 1/2-inch gap between the door and the jamb. I can deal with that. But you should know it's not right. Just be like, I gotta try again, Woody. Sorry. Dude, I take 2 tries on lots of things. I get that. People aren't perfect. It's cool. I've done doors and I'm not that good at it. I know that it's hard. But for him to like present it to me and be like, good enough? Crossing my fingers. It's like, no, dude, you know it. I know it. That's shitty work. Who has 1/2-inch gaps around their door? There's light coming in from the hallway and everything. And I'm like, that's don't come to me and hope that my standards are so low that you think, that you can move on. And eventually they told him he wasn't going to do the stairs, and he left in a huff. He just packed up his stuff abruptly and left. And everyone was like, fine, don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. So I guess he wasn't technically fired. Maybe he quit. But if the closet doors were an interview, he didn't make it to stairs.
Well, what the fuck? How hard is it to find a decent carpenter? I wouldn't have thought it'd been this hard. I mean,
The guy we have now seems pretty good. His name
Until
is Lynn.
next week.
well, he's
when
like your
you
third or
tell
fourth
us.
carpenter.
Marka, I hear you, and you might be right. I'm optimistic. I like this guy. I have nothing negative to say about him thus far.
Yes.
He's working
Hopefully
on the
he
master
does
bedroom
well.
doors, and he seems to really want me to be happy, right? Like, okay, he was putting the doors in, and there were like shims around the jamb, and I thought the shims were too much, right? These doors are heavy, so the jambs have to be well supported. If you don't know, a jamb is like the side that goes around the door, not the molding, but the jamb is like I don't know. Am I on camera?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is jam. This is jam. You know, the inside of the door. This is
Point at
casing.
something that is not jam.
This is casing. This molding
Okay.
is casing. This inside part is jam. That makes like a upside down U. Anyway,
Now break the door down.
Yeah.
so anyway, I don't know. House talk might bore some people, so I don't want to take too long on it. But the jam was shimmed, like between that and the studs, a lot. And I was like, "There's a heavy door. Should it have that?" It had like 7/8 of an inch shim. And so he just took it all down, put it back up with like solid shim, so it's basically stud strength. And after he shows me like pictures of it and everything, he like shakes my hand, looks me in the eye, says it's important that I'm happy. These are good attributes, right?
Yeah.
That is.
So so Lynn seems like an all-star so far.
Well, good.
Yeah, I hope, and he's going to do the steps next, and but I mean the upstairs floors that Jamal, I consider it fire damage. Like we've got a major problem after the painting happens that like we haven't even started on yet. So
Oh,
Well, this
yeah.
new guy sounds like a
There's that
quality
upstairs
carpenter.
flooring thing.
Christ-like, even.
what did you say, Kyle? I missed it.
Christ. Oh, I was just saying that upstairs flooring. I just kind of in the back of my head, I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure somebody's working on that, but no, they've got to rip it all up, huh?
It's not a bad idea to do flooring after paint. Like because flooring can get damaged during paint, either by ladders or just spilling. So the fact that we're not working on floors isn't a problem. Also, it's really dusty work. You don't want to do that the same side as paint. So yeah, the floors are just sitting there, nothing's happening, but it's looming. That's a thing. So, that just exists, man. That's
Well, like I said, sometime the next month or 2 or 3, you'll probably
another thing
to
about
move.
floors is like if it was something else, like let's say hypothetically it was light fixtures. We could be like moving furniture in and like, getting ready to live there. With floors, no. Like you can't move in. You can't do much when you're waiting on floors to get done. So that's a thing. We'll wrap house talk there.
I'm gonna be happy when you get your house. I know you are.
It's a weird thing. Like emotionally, I've just
Checked out.
I've sort of just removed the possibility that it's actually going to happen. Like sometimes I did that. I did that when I was going through college. Like there were periods of it where I never really targeted finishing. I just kept my head down and worked toward it. And like knowing that someday I guess it would get done, but it kind of like, maybe it's in the afternoon and you're at work and you really wish it was 5, so you don't look at the clock hoping for pleasant surprises. Mm-hmm. Because you watch it or you fixate on it and it just sets you up for heartbreak. And that's kind of where I am on this. I was talking to the general contractor this morning and he's like, doesn't it look great? Because some of the rooms are getting painted. And I was like, are you looking for praise? Like maybe I'm a dick, but all I see are problems. There is what in my head feels like fire damage with that upstairs floors just looming. It's mid-February, or I'm sorry, it's mid-March, and it was supposed to be done in January. It's I don't see any way he's getting praise from here on forward. Sorry, you missed it. Mm-hmm. Fuck. This has been a comedy of errors at this point. So yeah, that's I don't know. It's fucked up.
Your poor house.
I'll do a video tour when it's when you can kind of see it and stuff. I think people kind of want to see that.
Coming 2016, Woody's
Yeah.
house tour.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna hide anything, or I'll show people, but yeah, that's I wish I had the words for it. Like it's a big chunk of our life savings, and a lot of it was like hopes, dreams, and happiness were wrapped up in moving to this thing, and doing this job, making videos, working indoors all the time. I wanted to have like an outdoor component of my life. None of that shit's happening. I would not have guessed it'd be mid-March and there's no end in sight on this thing. So
it seems like so long ago when you, Chiz, and I were looking at houses. That was last year. I mean,
and it wasn't like right before Christmas or anything. I mean, we're talking about like September and stuff, and it's a long time ago.
Oh, do we have Chiz's hat there as our guest tonight? Is that what's there? I can't see it, but I'm guessing that it's like over there somewhere or something. That's great.
Here, I'll get you a picture of what it looks like. This push takes a while because it's a big image. But yeah, I wonder how long the show is. Like at the start of the show, I almost wanted to talk about it. Like, hey, we're getting a really late start. We'll see how it goes, But everyone knows how long the show is except us. Mm-hmm. They're all, they can see it. They know whether we hit 4 hours. They know how it went. They know everything. But yeah, so we've got Chiz as the guest. I really want to get the yeah, right, straight down for you. For me, it's there. What was I going to say? Oh, some people fuss that the white things were 16 by 9. I'll get that sorted out. This show was just kind of, I didn't have time to fix it before the show started, but we'll get it. We'll make it, I guess everyone's picture will get slightly bigger, maybe. And
more to go around. That's nice.
Yeah. And we'll get rid of the white trim. We'll make it right. Probably for next week.